Good afternoon. It's a Sunday afternoon, and a couple of things have happened in the last 2 to 3 days, and I wanted to share about how you can use paranormal sensing or energy for goodness, even if you're doing it at a distance. I'm a strong believer in precognition. I've always known things ahead of time ever since I was a child. And in my current lifetime, I get a sense of things that are often dangers for other people, and I'll try and tell them. Sometimes they want to hear, sometimes they don't. If I get dreams in a sequence of 3, I know to pay attention to it. It's a warning. It's a strong warning. The other night, I had been up editing for quite a few hours, and I finally got to sleep, but I was fretful when I went to sleep. I woke up 3 times during the night. Now, Mark and I don't always sleep in the same room. If he's having one of those weeks where he's snoring a lot, he goes upstairs to the very top bedroom. So he was up there sleeping. I woke up one time, and it was like I couldn't quite remember what the dream was about, but I did remember that Mark had gotten injured and that there was a head injury. Okay, I paced around, went to the toilet, washed my face, went back to bed, got back under the covers, sound asleep again. An hour or 2 went by. Again, I was awakened with a similar dream, not the same cause. This one had something to do with being on a boat, and he got clocked in the head with something like what are those things called? A boom that swung and hit him in the head. So again, I'm downstairs, I'm walking around the house thinking, what in the world is going on? Finally got back to sleep. 8 o'clock in the morning, again, eyes come open. I am not an early riser. 8 o'clock is a foreign country for me. So 8 o'clock in the morning, I can smell the coffee downstairs. I came down the stairs and I said, "Where are you going today?" And he went, "What?" And I said, "You need to be very careful. I've had a 3 dream." And he went, "Okay." I said, "Really, there's some sort of energy in the air. You need to be very careful. Because in every one of these dreams, and they were all slightly different, you received a head injury, you were unconscious, and then the next thing I knew, you were in a coma in the hospital. So where are you going today?" And he said, "I'm just going to pick up the grocery order that you put in online." And I said, "Okay, you need to really be very careful as you drive the little car through the forest, out the other side, to the big grocery store. Something is out there. The energy is really off." So Mark has known me for 31 years now, and he pays attention. He absolutely pays attention because he has his own form of psychic input. It's not identical to mine, but he does know to take me seriously. And he said, "I'm picking up something that just feels unsettled." And I said, "That's it. There's like unsettled energy in the world, and you don't need to walk into it." So he sat where I am sitting right now. He did a quiet meditation. He surrounded himself with energy. I'm going to tell you about that one time, about how to surround yourself with protective energy. He sat there and did that, but you could see it, he was just like jittery, and he grabbed the grocery bags and he headed off to the grocery store. I was sitting on the chaise. He came home with the groceries. I said, "Did we get everything?" Because sometimes there's substitutions. He said, "Yes, I got everything." So he sat down in a wing chair across from me and said, "Thank you." I said, "Okay, what did you encounter?" And he said he was going through the forest, and all of a sudden he had the urge to strongly slow down. And so he slowed down below the speed limit and proceeded quietly. And he said, sure as heck, 3 huge, and they're big. Some of the big ones, 3 huge boars, wild boars, big tusky things, horrible fur, came in a row across the road. He said if he had been going 75 kilometers an hour, he would have hit them and either totaled the car, because they are like hitting rocks. They're so sturdy. Or it would have flipped the car and he would have ended up in a ditch. And yes, he could have been unconscious and in a coma. So he paid attention. When you get input, whether it's for you, whether you're going out the door and all of a sudden you go, oh, I don't need to go out today. This is not a good day to go out. Pay attention to that. You're getting love from the universe telling you, no, no, no. Really, it's not the best time. And don't just think, oh, pull up your socks, keep going. No. You'll often find that those messages, if you are ignoring them, will lead to disaster or damage to you or damage to someone you love, especially if you get one for someone you love. Pay attention and make sure that that person is safe. Even if it's someone, you sometimes get messages from someone in your office, someone at your school, whatever, and you feel uncomfortable about sharing that warning. But at least you've done the right thing if you do. Yes, they might look at you like you're a crazy person. Don't worry about that. Just share the message and then you've done the right thing. All right, that's episode number 1 of this week. Number 2, I have a really good friend who is also American, and she lives in Thailand now. And she had surgery yesterday. And I told her last week, I said, I know when your surgery is. I know when you're going into the hospital and you're getting prepped the night before. And then I know when you're going to be in surgery. I will send you waves of healing energy. And hopefully that will help. She sent me a note this morning and told me she could feel everything that I sent. All the love, all the energy, all the warmth. I just streamed it around her and surrounded her with it and made sure that she had the best possible outcome. And she's already up and walking. She's already up and moving. She's already up and bending the leg that had the surgery. Those things matter. We'll talk about that. We're going to have a discussion about all the topics we're going to discuss because I have changed the name from just Deborah Harms to Paranormal Perspectives with Deborah Harms because I realized there are so many topics that have nothing to do with ghosts. Ghosts are one of the important ones, but it's not going to be the only thing. So, that's a little short one. Pay attention. Pay attention when you get those messages. Please, do that. Like, subscribe, comment, click the little bell for notifications. Help us build this community. Especially if you're feeling like an outsider where you don't really want to talk about it around your family or friends. This can be a place where you can talk about things. All right. Bye for now.